This episode brought to you by doing something emotionally disappointing. If your co-host didn't like it, do it to your wife instead. Hey everybody, we're watching Super Mario Brothers and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
And I'm Carrie Finley.
We have brought my wife back. Just people who didn't tune in last week, I had an announcement to make. Basically, we had announced previously that we were doing this movie, and Todd and I had pre-recorded this movie, and one thing after another went wrong, and basically we lost the entire episode. So I gave Todd the good news of, hey, we get to re-record that movie that drove us nuts. And then he got on a boat and left land. He went back to the sea as fast as humanly possible, and that left me all by myself.
First ship he could find.
Literally, like, it was, I'm not even sure, like, it was just something that was floating. I'm pretty sure it was just like a dead wood that a beaver was pushing towards the dam, and he was gone. And, you know, no resentment. I wish I could have done the same thing, but I don't have the right, paperwork to be on a beaver dam log thing. So I'm here, and my lovely wife has agreed to do this with me. But what's the interesting thing about this, honey?
I have never actually seen this movie. I didn't even know it existed until the night you guys recorded it the first time.
What a treat for you. First off, we're going to do a little quiz before we start this one off. You know the basics of the Super Mario Brothers world, right? Like the video game and stuff like that. You've played it.
They're plumbers.
Yeah.
They're brothers.
You got it.
One wears red, one wears green.
You got it. What do Goombas look like?
Oh, are those the little mushroom guys?
You got it.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! What does King Koopa look like? AKA Bowser.
Oh, kind of like a dragon with a spiky back.
Also true. You're in for a bunch of surprises. Lots of M. Night Shyamalan. What a twists. So, without further ado, there's nothing else for us to do. Oh my god, I'm so fucking looking forward to this. We're going to press play. And we are up and running. This is officially a Walt Disney picture in that it is distributed by Walt Disney. I don't really know anything about the people who made said movie. I've got like the directors and all that kind of stuff. Lots of fights during this movie. As to how it was supposed to look and how it was going to be made and all these different things. It ended up really negatively affecting the movie. It ended up really negatively affecting all of the actors and everything like that. So this is about as close as you're going to get to accuracy to the movie. This song, which we're hearing is the Super Mario Brothers theme, is pretty much the beginning and end of anything you'll recognize.
Oh, good.
So, just to talk a little bit, this movie was directed by Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Morton. They're best known for doing Max Headroom, the old 80s thing with Matt Frewer. We're watching right now a sort of an 8-bit animated thing, which is the prologue to this movie, so they can explain sort of what's going on in this movie. Basically, it's saying that the entire... it's basically positing that the world might be... or one dimension of the world might be ruled by dinosaurs still.
Okay.
Okay, the voice you heard, though, that long time ago, that was actually Dan Castellaneta, the voice of...
Homer Simpson?
You got it! So proud of my wife. I just like that it had to be some Brooklyn dude. It couldn't have been... And even, like, the dinosaurs had Brooklyn accents and all this. So basically, we are of the opinion that nobody knew what world we found ourselves in Super Mario Brothers, so they had to like kind of explain it, sort of. But they didn't even do a good job explaining it. They're just like, what would happen if you took a movie or this video game, changed literally everything about it, and then just vaguely explained something about dinosaurs.
Okay, then.
So that's where we're starting.
I saw Samantha Mathis was in this. I like her.
Samantha Mathis in this. That's actually her right there.
I was just going to say that's her there.
But that's not even the character she played. She kind of looks like Sofia Vergara there.
Yeah, she did.
I picture her kind of going, I got to leave my baby. We'll talk more about her. The story was written by Parker Bennett, Terry Runte, and Ed Solomon. Now, Parker Bennett and Terry Runte, the only thing they're really known for was writing the 80s movie Mystery Date.
Okay.
But Ed Solomon is known for a ton of stuff. He's known for the Bill and Ted movies. He wrote those, and he's working on the current one. He wrote on It's Gary Shandling's show. He wrote Mom and Dad Save the World. He wrote Men in Black, Charlie's Angels, both Now You See Me movies, and the upcoming Now You See Me movie. Like, he's got a lot of cred, you know? So, just so you know that...
Yoshi?
No, that's a little child we're about to find out, as spoiler alert. This is, again, part of the whole thing, is these people are dinosaurs who have evolved into people. But they still hatch from eggs for some reason.
Well, because they're dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I get that, but...
And she's running through the underground tunnels now, just like in the game. You take the little...
Okay, well, I'm genuinely in love with the amount of credit you're trying to give the movie right off the bat. So we see Dennis Hopper. Who do we imagine he is?
King Bowser.
Yeah, well, Koopa, yeah.
Koopa.
So he's also just a person. Like, nobody is a dinosaur or anything like that. So, and yes, and the baby hatched. So yeah, we got this is where we're starting. This is the starting off point. Some kind of weird drama. What is that on it? Is that like... Oh, and it came with a crystal. Something that was very well known in Super Mario Brothers. Lots of crystals.
Well, yeah. Was that Princess Peach?
No, it wasn't. You will find out who it is after. Miraculous World. So I'm all for some of the casting in this movie. I do like that they have a rack of plungers in there.
Well, because they're plumbers.
Yeah, but you still, like, you don't have an arsenal of plungers. You probably have a couple extra plungers in your van or something like that, and then the one that you use on your own toilet. So the casting of Bob Hoskins as Mario I thought was genius. The casting of John Leguizamo as Luigi, less so.
Odd.
I was like, I honestly think they just believed anybody whose name ended in a vowel was Italian. So they're like, yeah, what? Leguizamo, great, go for it. So, an interesting thing, somebody who was actually not only considered for the movie, but cast in the movie and then considered not profitable enough to do it. Tom Hanks was cast as Mario and accepted the role, the whole deal.
Really?
And the studio didn't want him. This was like, he was Joe versus the volcano kind of days and stuff like that. And they didn't think he could carry the movie.
Boy, were they wrong.
Well, he may not have been able to carry the movie, or at least any better than Bob Hoskins did, because I don't think that Bob Hoskins was the problem with the movie. So,
okay.
So here's where we're at. So yes, they are plumbers. We've got that going for us so far. They are not wearing their usual colors.
Luigi's wearing red, and Mario's wearing the kind of green sweater.
Yeah, very. Actually, I did not notice that the first time. That's kind of hilarious. That is hilarious, actually. Bob Hoskins, we obviously know from our movies, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was also in Hook, Mermaids, Nixon, Spice World, Snow White and the Huntsman. He retired after he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. He died in 2014. So What else? John Leguizamo, obviously we know from Die Hard 2, Carlito's Way, he was in Out for Justice, Executive Decision, Tu Wong Fu, The Fan, Romeo and Juliet, Spawn, Moulin Rouge. Like his thing goes forever and ever and ever. He was actually a part of the Actors Studio. No, yeah, he was actor of the Actors Studio, and he was trained by Lee Strasberg, the famed acting coach, but only for one day. Lee Strasberg died the next day.
Oh, that's sad.
So it's like he got everything he needed from him and killed him. That's not even alleged. That was just a joke. Don't sue me, John Leguizamo. I know you didn't accept an interview with me, but don't sue me now. So who else to talk about? So Danny DeVito and Bruno Kirby were also considered for Mario. Bruno Kirby, you'd know from what's it called? City Slickers.
Which one was he?
He was what's his face? Why can't I think of dude's name? Billy Crystal's brother-in-law with the mustache.
Oh, okay.
The Italian guy with the mustache who would obviously be Mario of the three people.
Okay.
Harold Ramis turned down a shot at directing this movie. So he, dodged that bullet a little bit.
Okay.
So Samantha Mathis, she was in Pump Up the Volume, Little Women, Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, American President. She was in the John Woo movie Broken Arrow, which will probably be done on this show sooner than later. American Psycho. She was in the Punisher, the old movie, not the current TV show. She was in Under the Dome, The Strain, lots going on. And now we got, I don't know if you would recognize him, but the guy who's driving the car, do you recognize what he's from? It's a small role, but he was also driving in that movie.
He looks familiar, but I cannot place him.
Okay, well, the actor's name is Richard Edson, and I wouldn't expect you to know that. But he's the garage attendant from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, who, drives the car
drove
off.
the car off on them and, ran up the mileage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the other one was Fisher Stevens, who is best known for going in brownface in Short Circuit to play an Indian character. And he was Phoebe's boyfriend. He was the psychiatrist who, made everybody feel bad about themselves.
Ooh,
and
I remember
Friends.
him. Okay. I know Friends.
Your frame of reference to get us into these movies is always the best. Look at how that little black kid's walking. Both of them. You could see they were looking at just the actors. They were just walk through the scene, and they was I'm going to walk the hell through this scene. She's dressed like she's in Jurassic Park.
Well, because they're hunting for dinosaur bones.
I'm actually feeling kind of foolish by how much you're schooling in this movie this time here.
Oh no.
Look at her.
What is that he's using?
Millennials, that would be a telephony machine. You use it to make telephone calls. I know you have a thing in your hand right now that you're probably listening to this on that you use to text people. It can also actually make voice-to-voice calls. It's pretty crazy. Those 9 numbers are what you dial on your flat screen if you were to do such a thing. And why is it wired? Because the man wanted to keep you in your place. See? She's not Princess Peach in this. She's Daisy. Our daughter's favorite character to drive around in Mario Kart.
That's true. She does like to play Daisy on Mario Kart.
And she doesn't look anything like that Daisy. She's fucking up.
Well, because she's blonde.
Typical blondes.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why? You're not offended? You're not blonde?
No, but our son is.
Yeah, but I was blonde then. He's not going to be blonde for long. He's just currently blonde. So it's fine. Another couple of interesting people that turned down roles in this movie. 3 people who turned down the role of King Koopa. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michael Keaton, and Kevin Costner.
Very different people.
That is... honestly, they have I feel like they have just a bunch of ping pong balls with actors' names on them, and they reached in and it's got their name and their phone number, and they just called you will do it
Kinda
now?
like bingo.
Yes. I was thinking more lottery, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it all works. There's the cinematographer The original cinematographer was Peter Levy, who did Broken Arrow and Blown Away, action movies like that. He was fired and replaced by Dean Semier. He's a guy he did Road Warrior, Young Guns, Waterworld. So much bigger, better cinematographer. And I guess they spoke a couple weeks after he took his job, and he's like, I really regret taking this job. It's terrible. They said that the directors were just toxic. They would never speak to each other like before. Like one person would tell you to do something, and the other person would come and tell you to do something completely different. And as a result, all the actors you see, well, specifically Mario and Luigi, according to John Leguizamo in his autobiography, they were drunk most of the movie.
Okay.
So, an article that Bob Hoskins, he did an interview for, the answer to what's the worst job you ever did, what is the biggest regret you have in life, and if you could change change one thing about your life, what would it be? This movie was the answer to all of those questions. It's like everybody has this kind of like embarrassment. Nobody's proud to be a part of this movie. Two people have like a positive thing to come out of this movie, but we'll get into that later when we actually come across the people. I love this is a very 80s, maybe early 90s thing. The whole, like, the one person's too afraid to talk, but the more brave guy is like all over it.
Yep.
I excuse me, I had to drink some water. We are and just again to qualify too, you'll hear a humming in the background unless I'm really good at removing noise from tracks. But
delicious.
It does look really good. We are going through quite a heat wave right now in our area, and we need to I'm not turning off the AC for this, otherwise we would die. Ooh, Iridium, that's what they put in Iron Man's chest to help him not be poisoned from his chest thing.
No, it's the shrapnel to keep the shrapnel from going into his heart.
No, the electromagnet keeps the shrapnel from going his heart, but they put iridium into it to keep that thing from poisoning. Come on, get your shit together. This is a very Brooklyn thingy too. It's like you get the ugly, sorry Bob Hoskins, but the ugly Italian guy just has the hot Queens girl. And it's like, this is my man here. And like they can't keep their hands off each other. And this is a very this is a weird thing, and it caused a lot of confusion as to what was going on, because people think that they're not brothers in this, because they're like, oh, he adopted him or something like that. But as it goes, he is his big brother who just raised him when his parents died and he was a baby. So that's why they made the age difference so weird, so they can have this weird romance and, hey, we're both orphans type thing. I don't think it was necessary, but that's why I was thinking, like, when they said Tom Hanks, I was like, Tom Hanks should have played Luigi. Because, like, in the video games, Tom Hanks, like, if there's nothing about age in the video games or anything like that, so Tom Hanks could have been of a similar age. He's taller than him.
Yep.
Just throw a mustache on him, like Dragnet.
Yep, that would have worked, I think.
This
is why you should make movies.
I know, that's why I keep telling you, everybody. This Richard Edson here, does he not remind you a little bit of, like, Shane from Walking Dead? Why am I losing his... John Bernthal? It's got, like, a John Bernthal nose.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you see it? Yeah. John Bernthal, somebody who's going to be all over the place in a little while. He's about to come back to The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
It's flashbacks or whatever shit's going on there.
Yeah.
He's doing a bunch, because there was something else he just signed up for, too. I saw his name on, I don't know. We'll find out.
I love him as Punisher.
Oh, he was fantastic as Punisher. Todd was complaining a lot because he was just watching, like, he only watched the first few episodes. He's like, it's going so slow. I'm like, you gotta dive into you gotta get into it. And then it's nonstop after that.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a box that's I'm assuming somebody's living in back there.
Why would they like to end something already? I don't get it.
You gotta end a lot of things. But I like that she goes on dates in her, like, dig outfit. Like, these are the only clothes I brought to New York, so I'm just going to go from place to place in it and bring my awesome backpack. And apparently her dad's shirt. He is about to plow the shit out of that woman.
No, he's leaving her at home. He just kissed her hand, left her on the
No,
footstep.
then he just finished plowing the shit out of that woman. Just in the back of the van while, like, that door was wide open and stuff like that. Come on, everybody. Give me a look.
They're going to steal her.
This was back in the day. Like, people won't remember this, but it was back in the day when it was totally fine to steal women.
Yeah, there was a time when it was okay to steal women.
It was
on
still,
TV.
yeah, like the Me Too movement completely ignores that. It was like, hey, like, there was, like, you know, rooms full of stolen women, and they're like, oh yeah, great, your boob got squished? Thanks. To my knowledge, New York, not a great place to dig for dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
No, I'm just thinking, like, I've never heard of anybody digging for like, you know, you're talking like the Alberta Badlands and like Utah and places like that have like rock you can get deep down into and all these things.
Yeah, no, they've already dug the crap out of New York City, and there was nothing there.
Just, yeah, exactly. You would think dinosaurs would just be falling out of the sewers. This film, because it did so poorly, Nintendo actually stopped pre-production of a Metroid movie. So
I don't know what Metroid is.
Oh, so disappointed. Getting divorced real soon. But
No, you're not.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I've got tons of ladies where I'm ready to steal and make my new wife.
Listen to that beautiful romantic music.
Well, yeah. Well, because you know when you're like in an underground drippy tunnel with like skeletons, how all you want to do is French. Uh-oh, well, it's a good thing he's a plumber. What do you mean, what did they do? You were a plumber. You have a vague idea that they've done something plummy. Is that a word?
Yeah, you see, she just said you're a plumber, right? Oh, yeah. He forgot he was a plumber. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He forgot.
Well, she's got like those sick DSL that like he's just focused on. We won't go
They
in.
had to go get Mario? I thought Luigi was a plumber.
Yeah, but he's an apprentice plumber. You go get the master. You go get player one.
It's sabotage.
Yeah.
It was sabotage.
How like far away? Like you would assume that they were far enough away to go get him and come back that this place would have been already flooded out. Because
yeah,
that water's not dripping in. So
No, it was already like causing a pool and
yeah.
flood when they were running out of the tunnel. So
I picture that Bob Hoskins like learned a lot about plumbing. Like I picture him really like going deep into learning about the role. But the best part was he was unaware when he agreed to do this movie that it was based on a video game. He didn't find out until he was well into making the movie, and his son told him. He was like, "So what are you doing lately?" He's, "I'm doing a Super Mario Brothers movie." He's like, "Hey, this is the movie," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Well, this is the movie."
that's crazy. Nintendo was pretty big. Even if you didn't play it or own one, you generally knew about it.
Yeah, but he's British. His brain is meant for greater things. And then knowing what happened to his brain in later days, he had to save things he knew for important shit.
I didn't realize he was British, but then I should have known that because everybody on TV is British.
Every actor is British all the time. But yeah, Bob Hoskins, of course he's British. What the hell? Yeah, he knows his stuff. Hey. Bing. Yeah, I guess the actors were saying, a lot of the actors in interviews said that the script, they were constantly getting rewrites, which is not uncommon to get some rewrites. You show up in the morning, you get some new pages or something like that you got to learn while you're in makeup or whatever god awful stuff. But I just completely lost myself. But yeah, I guess they were getting them so often that the actors would just start ignoring them. Like they were literally getting new pages every day. So it's like, why did I bother learning a part? So they would just ignore them and just do the lines as they were doing before. So like when you have that many disgruntled people on a set who are all like, the directors are both essentially doing their own thing. The studio's telling them to do completely something else. The actors don't respect the directors enough. So it's like, you could see how a movie like this would turn out like this. But they were trying to...
When did they start splunking?
Oh, this is also this is the Batman Begins origins.
Yeah, I don't understand where all the water's coming from. There's like a waterfall.
Yeah, exactly. I thought he stopped the leak.
Yeah.
This is a weird.
Ew.
It's not poop. Even though he says shit, which is kind of the perfect spot. Yeah, and it's some weird portal as opposed to just going into it. That was
She
the
looks like a
weirdest.
vampire from the early days of Buffy.
Oh, that's actually quite good. Yeah, I was thinking like Nightbreed or some shit like that, which I guess is sort of the same makeup.
No, I'm a Buffy fan.
I
watched Buffy.
I'm a fan of life, you know? I know everything. Well, you know little things. And I mean, it's okay. It's just that I have a man's brain.
Fuck you.
Yay!
Oh, she gave him her necklace.
Yeah, well, he kind of ripped it away. You gotta go with it. That's his hot Latin temper. Where he just jumps off. Well, you better believe it. Go get your brother.
Go get him. Oh, that would be me. I'd have to look away and just be like...
Yeah, oh, you'd leave me to die. Don't even... You'd be
Yeah,
like...
you're right, I would.
You'd be like, where's my climbing harness so I can get out of this thing?
Oh,
Somehow
wow,
he flipped.
he really jumped in there.
He's athletically clumsy. And then he's going through, I don't know if you ever saw there's a 3D, it was like Nightmare on Elm Street 5 has like this weird 3D thing. This looks very much like that.
I don't recall ever seeing that movie.
No, oh, it was terrible. Roseanne and Tom Arnold were in it though, so that's all right.
That's probably why I didn't.
You
I didn't like the Tom Arnold version Roseanne.
That's all right. Yeah, well, that was their high-end cocaine version. I loved it. An earliest version of the script had a lot more Super Mario Brothers related things in it. So it had like the piranha plants, it had thwomps, it had raccoon power. Like Luigi apparently got like the raccoon power so he could fly. Toad was more of a main character in the movie. Toad does appear in this one, but in a very weird way. I guess he was like more part of the group in the original one. So all kinds of stuff like that. But then for budgetary reasons, they decided to scrap it. And they went with this, which is kind of just an alternate version of New York where all of these people are dinosaurs, even though they look like people. Which kind of posits that no matter what animal you are, if you evolve all the way, you end up looking like a human. So if dinosaurs evolved, they've just kept evolving, they would look like a human. They wouldn't look like some kind of like intelligent lizard, which may even stand upright and do things like that.
Nope.
No.
Everything is human.
And they're picking from a lot of things because there's like Dino World was only part of like the Super Nintendo, like the Super Mario World, which was they were in Dino World, and that's where you get Yoshi and stuff like that. But all the other ones are in the Mushroom Kingdom. Which this technically is, but technically isn't. But like again, this you can't explain anything.
There's no window on the back of that cab.
No, well, that's how you yell Luigi out of it. You can't yell Luigi out of something that doesn't have one. This fungus instead of mushrooms. It's just gross ass
so
slime
weird.
fungus. You know, there's some dinos. So they're not all humans. Some of them are still just dinosaurs. I love when it comes to movies like these.
Is that ramen noodles that they used?
Maybe.
It looks like ramen noodles.
I'm sure it was some kind of sticky plastic, whatever. And some people are kind of dog people, but also have baby eggs that they push around. And there's no, like, I feel like everybody just took such free reign, like it was such chaos. They're like, I'm gonna just design whatever I want, and it's just gonna get in the movie because nobody's gonna be paying attention.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I was a teenage mammal.
I know, and it was XXX. That's hot. I want to see it. So, what would you assume that is?
That's King Koompa the Bowser.
No. That is a Goomba instead of the mushrooms.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. But now we get
he put
Dennis
his hands
Hopper.
in water.
Dennis Hopper. Oh, do you recognize her?
Yes.
Let's start with what was she in?
Oh.
She is Aunt Petunia from the Harry Potter series.
Oh, it's Aunt Petunia.
Yes. She is, I've got her name written down here, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm full of shit.
Oh, she just
I
did
don't
like
have her
a
name written down.
she did like a dog wag thing just as our dog did the exact same thing at my feet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's very different doing the podcast with Carrie because all the pets stay out here and just want attention.
That's because they love me.
Yeah, well, it's just as well.
They know who loves them the most.
Yeah, that's accurate. No, it's fine. I got work to do. I got to entertain the masses.
So he put his hands in wax and then he just cleans them off.
Well, it's just it's just for good hands, nice skin and stuff like that. It's not like the tourist attraction, like dip your hands in wax so you can get like a shape of you doing like the rock and roll or something like that, right?
Well, we used to have those hands and then we melted them in the sun.
No, it wasn't the sun. It was that light we had. We had that. Remember that lamp? That had
the lamp. That's right.
So we had the lamp, and the light was like too intense on it, and then it slowly started to like bend over to the side. But we did it was the centerpiece of at our wedding.
Yes, it was.
And it was the two of us, and yeah, it's gone now. You know how it is.
We could always just go again. It's not like
Nah.
our hands have changed. We haven't cut any fingers off or anything.
I have though. It was to protest fingers. You know how it is.
Ew. Mm-hmm. No, they were supposed to put hot dog in that.
No, they don't have hot dog because there's no
Okay,
pigs.
so I got a question.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
When we saw them in New York City getting a hot dog, they took the meat out and then they threw the buns out the window. Like, what is this? Why are they serving me this? And they threw it out the window.
Yeah.
Yet here in this world, they serve the lizards in hot dog buns. Why did they keep the hot dog
You are
buns?
so fucking eagle-eyed in this. I am so happy that you're here. Sorry, Todd, but she's nailing it. But in fairness, Todd and I deciding to do this movie was very last minute, and we kind of regretted it the entire time. But because we promised to do it, we had no choice, so we had to do it. This is one of the only times that you hear any kind of reference. They have the Koopa coin reference.
She's like throwing an old woman.
Yeah.
Why do old women not mean anything here?
Nobody means anything there. Those two gay pro wrestlers who may or may not be construction workers. I wonder too, like, what was the reasoning behind, like, the way they did the cars? Where they're like, well, I want them to have electricity, but they didn't discover it the same way that other people discovered it. So those boots, now those ones are a little redesigned, but those boots appear in what was it, Face Off? I don't know if you remember in Face Off when they're in that one prison and they all have these magnetic boots that like stick them to the ground. Okay,
No,
so yeah,
I do not remember.
Okay, but yeah, so anyways, those are them just slightly modified. You'll see more pairs of them later, which are basically just the exact pairs, the silver pairs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this sexy bitch. Ugh. This is
that's that guy. I recognize him from something.
he's Mojo Nixon. He is a musician who was in the band Jello Biafra and other things. He did his own solo thing, and I've got his name. What else? He was in the movie Great Balls of Fire. He was in Car 54. Where Are You? So, you know how it is. But he looks like a lot of people. He looks like a lot of comedians and stuff like that too.
Maybe that's what I'm recognizing him
Yeah.
from then, because
he's got a little bit of like an Anthony Jeselnik look and a few other people. He's a plumber. I do like that I do like that he's very specifically they're just a plumber, but they said on the radio they're like, oh, arrest plumbers. These are the worst costumes because you can tell it's one of those, like, the guy's head is in his chest.
yeah.
And then they just put big shoulders on top. Like, I feel bad for her because she's in a room full of the exact same woman. She's with a bunch of Marissa Tomei's from My Cousin Vinny.
Yep. The police have like scoops on the front of their cars to
Well, yeah, you gotta run over
Dig.
people and
dig a hole.
Maybe I think it's more like a cow catcher, kind of like just, get the riffraff off the road type thing. But apparently they don't have brakes here either. You have to stop your car like a jet.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. That's weird.
I love it all. The police outfits. Oh, Don Lake.
I've seen him for sure in something.
I knew him best back in the day. He was Donald Glanz in Super Dave. He was like the stunt assistant to Fuji Hakuhito and stuff like that, and they would go and do all the stunts. But he's in all of the Christopher Guest movies, the like Waiting for Guffmans and all those kind of things.
I feel like he was in a role very similar to that just there that I've seen him in.
It's possible. He's a very well-known character actor and stuff. Like he's in a lot of things. Apparently,
why do you have to put stuff down their pants?
Always. It's prison, so I mean, a lot of like genital stuff is gonna happen that you didn't care for. I assume that's the blue stuff that you have, like you put your combs in at the barber shop. So that's how they delouse them.
Okay.
The fungus.
Maybe that's the relation to the Goombas looking like mushrooms?
No,
fungus?
I have so many weird questions about it because the fungus is the physical fungus. But in the games and all that, the fungus is... like, it's good. It's they're the helpers. And even in this movie, they're technically helping. I still don't understand these things. The design of everything they have in here is so...
And there's so many of them. Why did they take so many pictures of them? There's
Yeah.
only 2 people, and there's like 6 people there taking pictures.
Maybe it's like so they can get different angles so they can do like a 3D rendering.
Now they're in a kennel.
Yeah, this is the worst. What you picture like the worst case scenario of the dog kennel you like put your dog in for a week while you go on vacation. This is probably that.
Yep.
But more accurately, it's like how chickens live. I like that they... I like that their version of the dimension knows, like their dimension knows this, but like Mario and Luigi's Earth dimension doesn't know this.
Well, it's usually like that in movies, though, where one dimension knows of the other.
This is
What do you mean? We've been visiting your dimension all this time.
Yeah.
What?
literally everything he just said was that, like, he was just basically, can you just say the plot of the movie in like a quick 2-sentence thing so we've got it, just so we can say we know what we're talking about.
Well, they're being brought into a nice little room with no roof.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of that going on. It's like large banks do stuff like that. I gotta tell you, like, Dennis Hopper, man, he is so genius, and he did not... I'll say that, like, a pro as he is, like, he did not phone this in. Like, he's like, I'm gonna accept this weird role for... And he admitted he accepted it for the money. There's a story he told... or that his son told or whatever, where he said, why did you do Super Mario Brothers? He's like, I could do it so you could have shoes. And he's like, I did not need shoes that badly. And, but yeah, like, so, but admittedly doing it for the money, but still, like, Dennis Hopper's the shit out of this movie.
Yeah.
He is the same Dennis Hopper who did Speed or who did Blue Velvet or who did, like, any of these different things, right? Not so much Easy Rider or Apocalypse Now. Those were different Dennis Hoppers. But this is intense, Dennis Hopper. And that hair, I like what they did because they're trying to go for kind of a spiky whatever, but I mean, it's kind of half-assed. Like, this is the best we're going to give you.
It looks more like cornrows that they were supposed to put in his head.
I would love some cornrows. It's not. You're badgering the witness. I like his weird pleather tie and pocket protector things.
I was just going to say, that makes it look like he's a stripper or something.
Well, I would like to see him take all his clothes off.
I wouldn't.
What? Look at him. He looks ripped. He's
No.
cut. Out of everybody on that set right now, he is the best looking one. It's the mustache. Well, it's his mustache. Bob Hoskins has that weird tuft. Like, he's bald, but he didn't, like, properly give up like I did, and he's got the weird tuft and stuff like that.
You're a lousy leader.
That probably hit. That would insult Trump, like, desperately. You're a lousy leader. What? De-evolve him. I like that it's just the simple switch.
Oh, and you can pick which.
Oh, you can set anything.
Which year you send them back to. That's crazy.
Uh-oh. So this can happen to you with this machine. The primeval slime. Again, it was just half-ass. Like, most of this movie is kind of apologizing for itself, where it's like, okay, we're doing something, and now I have to explain to you why we did it. Just he's like, just accept that we did it, okay, please. Like, this is our explanation. And see,
Oh, what?
see,
What did he? Oh,
they're kind of cute though. I'll give them that. But
it's the big eyes.
yeah, well, no, but they also have what I call happy puppy syndrome. Which no matter, like, even if when bad things are happening, like, you know, when you watch a movie or where they like leave a dog, they're like, get out of here, get out, your damn dog. And the dog's like, what? We're playing. And then like they close the door and they drive away. And the dog's like, we're still playing. And it'll like cut to like, it'll do like some kind of fade and you'll see the sun has gone down and he's like, huh? We're still playing. And he's like, he's been abandoned. So he's happy puppy, but it's the saddest thing in the world.
Yep.
It's like, I'm crying my eyes out. I'm like, puppy, don't you understand? He left you.
It's kind of like the Harry and the Hendersons when he slaps Harry.
Oh, absolutely.
To make him go away. I remember when we were kids, we went to see that, and my cousin James bawled because at the end of it, he slapped him. He's like, he was so mean to him. And yeah, I remember that happening.
I was waiting for you to say that when you were up, because they lived up north, right? I was waiting for you to say that you had a similar situation with a Bigfoot.
I never saw a Bigfoot living up north.
You saw no big feet?
Nope.
You don't know where to look.
Oh, they're going to Jurassic.
Yeah, send them back. They could have ended this movie
Is he
so
going to
fast.
be a
they just muscled him
velociraptor?
in. What's that?
Velociraptor?
I don't know. We're going to find out, I guess. Oh,
Oh.
something certainly happened to them. He wasn't in it long enough to truly be affected. But he's not
I totally missed how they
unaffected.
escaped.
He just ran away after they did that.
No, I know, but I didn't see how they managed to put him in the chair.
The old bum rush. He was distracted. Give him a shove.
Oh.
See? More. And again, like the
That looks
simple.
like creme brulee.
That's true. So there's
It's a bomb.
Ba-bomb.
Ba-bomb.
I'm gonna give you. I'll give you partial credit for that though, because you sort of got it. It's a bomb. That might be the episode. That might be the name of this episode.
Zip lining before it was cool.
It was always cool. Ziplining is never not cool. I like that some of the dinosaur people can still be black. Like there's still races in dinosaur people. Like, did they evolve from like Stegosaurus? Whereas, and I say that because they walk with more swagger. Stegosaurus kind of waves it back and forth. It's like, check out the platelets on my back. They light up when I'm horny.
They're shooting fire bombs at them now. Somebody got the fire plant.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was what I was thinking too. I was like, should they not have just gotten hold of one of those or something like that? And even made the thing look sort of like a flower, like kind of like have like a weird like flower shape on the back, so they pick it up and start shooting fire. It makes me mad. I want to go back in time or redo this movie, but I don't want to ever see it happen again. Like, they're doing an animated version of Super Mario Brothers that's going to be coming out that Nintendo is working on, but I can't wrap my head around, like I feel like that'll just be basically, like, way more similar to the games, or, like, Super Mario Odyssey, something like that.
Did he just call him Mario Roning?
He may have. I didn't catch it. I think we missed the bit where they explain that their names are Mario and Luigi Mario. Because you couldn't be the Mario brothers if your first name is, like, we're not the Joe family.
No.
Right? We're the Findlay family.
I never even put that together before. That's funny.
Yeah, I think that somebody in the video game world confirmed that at one point, but then they just kind of confirmed it there, and people are like, that's stupid. And I'm like, well, what else is it going to be? You said they're Mario and Luigi, the Mario brothers. It's like, by logic, it's literally the only thing that it can be. Those are awesome photos. This is how Italians used to be treated back in New York, like early day New York, when they helped build the country. Okay? Who was separating them from their families then? I'm getting so political this episode. Strap the fuck in.
That's a weird city build.
Yeah. I was going to say they definitely didn't follow the New York grid system. That's actually ironically more like St. Catharines is one of the worst designed like street systems in the country.
That's because we were designed on a circle.
Yes, but by somebody who had Parkinson's. So this circle looks a lot like sort of a smushed donut.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I've lived down in this region for a number of years now, and I've driven for a number of years, and the other areas I had no problems figuring out. I'm fairly good at directions and knowing where to go.
We
St.
come from a place with
Catharines
two roads.
took me forever to figure out.
Yeah.
I only recently really figured it out when I started delivering stuff at work.
I was just going to say, you only really just kind of mastered it. Because I know a lot of times you would, that was like one of those dancing fountains, but with fire, which is why they're all dead now. See, lots of people die in this movie and they just kind of ignore it. That looks like it's straight out of like Terminator. Can you imagine?
Yes, it does. Terminator.
Could you just like I can't even imagine trying to like tell the special effects crew who know what movie they're working on, well, they're gonna do this giant car explosion thing and they're gonna drive through. It's gonna be this great stunt in the middle of this movie, like, with this music playing behind it, which sounds like it's like out of the like the prank portion of Home Alone, like when Daniel Stern gets a paint can to the face. Danger. Like, I feel like they designed this to be a ride at a theme park. Like, they were like, people are going to be all over this, and we're going to, like, so then we can make, like, the theme park attraction, and...
There are no brakes.
Oh, maybe that's why they did that in the beginning, so they could crash the car better. So... I always picture that this is when they go outside in Mars in Total Recall. Now they're going to be going, ow, ow.
And their eyes are going to get big. And
yeah, big and sexy. The cartoon sounds in this make me want to fucking punch everybody. I've been trying to keep an eye on it, but there apparently Bob Hoskins broke his hand at one point during the shooting of this movie, and he's wearing a pink cast to just be his hand.
Okay.
For a portion of it, but I haven't noticed it yet. But like, keep an eye out. So one of his hands is gonna have a pink cast on it, and also Luigi was in a walking boot for a period because he did something to his foot, like he was hit by a car or something like that on set.
Everything in the universe was telling them not to do this movie.
Oh, literally, even the studio was sort of telling him not to do it. Something funny, too, I will really want to see this version of the script. Barry Morrow, the guy who wrote Rain Man, he wrote a version of this script, but they said it was too much like Rain Man. Like, was Luigi just, like, a little bit autistic in this one? And he's just like, yeah, definitely wrench. Definitely... What a weird line this is, too. You know what I love about it? It's clean and it's dirty at the same time. I love it. It's hot. Oh, yeah. I wonder what it was like on set to get him in this day. I feel like everybody was terrified, just standing around going, is he going to do it? Or is he just going to come in and go, I am not getting in that mud? This is like, it looks like a hooker jail. Like, you know, when you like in Law and Order, when you like sift through all the hookers.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's just like randomly stealing women from New Jersey.
Yeah. Get them all out. She was coming out of aerobics. Oh. She figured it out fast. God, you can't figure out which. What? You're a princess? I'm a princess too. My daddy calls me princess all the time. Oh, Samantha Mathis, so hot.
So why did they not have Princess Peach?
I really don't know. Daisy was actually fairly new. I think she was out of a Game Boy game. And I think that Princess Peach was being saved for the, I laugh when I say it, but sequel. Apparently there were rumors that they wanted to do a sequel, but the main bad guy was going to be Donkey Kong.
Okay.
At which point Peach, and I think that the idea was that Peach was going to be the main girl in that one, who I guess got kidnapped and brought to the top of a building in barrels, and then, I don't know. And I assume that Donkey Kong was going to be played by... Oh, I'm just trying to think of somebody from this time period. Scott Wolf. On Donkey Kong. Hey. He has such a cool look. Why this is the thing that kills me too, is that why do they de-evolve everybody when they can evolve everybody and make like you can have like a race of super intelligent like super intelligent people to help him do his dirty work and like get everything done around the...
That was probably part of the script change that the actors ignored.
Yeah. He wasn't... I always... The thing is, like, I didn't get back in the day that the whole, like, brown face thing... Well, I actually didn't know he was in brown face at the time for Short Circuit, and I thought he was so funny, but it just didn't occur to me that Fisher Stevens wouldn't be an Indian. Like all these different things, and it was like, it wasn't until I figured it out way later in life, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of totally racist, isn't it? That's the kind of thing that would be horrible if you did it in Breakfast at Tiffany's by making Mickey Rooney an Asian, or in the Genghis Khan movie where you would make John Wayne an Asian, or you know, things like that, when they wouldn't hire Asians because Margaret Cho and Steve Park weren't around. Is it Steve Park? I don't know. That chair does not look comfortable.
What happened to her hair?
Well, this is more... I feel like the girls in the thing were like, we got to redo your hair. It's too straight. It's not poofy. But that chair, it looks like it's the Iron Throne of butt plugs.
Yeah.
It's like every hole is full of something right now. She's so good. She could have been... she would have been really good in Mary Riley in Glenn Close's place. She ran the brothel. I don't know if you remember.
No, I don't remember. Sorry, I keep forgetting that we're on a podcast and not on a screen, and I keep shaking my head at you. And I know. Sorry,
it's
sorry
hard
for the pause.
Some of my guests, don't quite get that, but that's all right. We learn together, right?
We do.
I will talk nonstop. I've never had that much of a problem. Dennis Hopper was ultra disappointed because I guess he was told that this was going to be a 5-week shoot for him, and it ended up being a 17-week shoot for him.
Oh my
You
God.
imagine what that would be like? You see what he's holding in his hand? I don't know if you would recognize it. It came with the Super Nintendo. That was the Super Scope 6.
I did not notice it. No, I didn't.
They literally just painted it black. You can hear in the background, you can hear the 1-up sound effect going on. That was, I honestly think they're like, there's not enough to do with the video game in this movie, and then like the sound guy's like, I'll just throw in some of the sounds every now and again, because there's nothing going on that's necessitating that sound. It's just happening. I don't know what that is. Like that dress is all kinds of whatever. So we're getting our first dinosaur, and so how would you rate the overall look of the dinosaurs and stuff in this?
Not too bad given the time.
Now let's make a little comparison. This movie came out at the exact same time as Jurassic Park.
I was actually gonna say it probably came out a little bit before, and this is what Jurassic Park got their ideas from.
Okay, see, that's kind of fair. Like in some of this, because that was a puppet that they did. It took like, I've got it written down here. It took 9 puppeteers to run that Yoshi.
That's a Yoshi?
That is Yoshi.
Why is...
Yeah, I would have made him big enough to ride. Somebody needs to ride Yoshi at some point. They screwed that up. But all that considered, but actually the people who worked on Jurassic Park actually visited the set and saw this Yoshi.
Oh, is that what happened?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I really don't understand. Like, it's like you have this thing. They're like, okay, we're gonna do Yoshi. Well, what does he do in the video games? Well, the guys ride him, and then he like uses his giant tongue to eat things and stuff like that. Okay, well, we're gonna make him too small to ride, and we're not gonna give him a giant tongue with which to eat things.
Yeah, we'll just go in the complete opposite direction, which is kind of everything they've done in this movie, really.
Yeah, and it's just the craziest.
I go back to Exhibit A, the Luigi wearing red and Mario wearing the green.
I love that. It was a thematic piece that I did not notice and that Todd did not notice. And it really
Todd,
does.
I'm better than you.
What?
See, Todd, I'm better than you.
Oh, well, you're better than me, too. So go get your own podcast, woman. Make it about. I tried to convince her to do a Buffy podcast because I've never watched Buffy. Like, I've seen episodes, but I didn't watch the series. And then we were going to do it where, like, she talked Buffy and somebody else was going to be there and talk Buffy. And then I was just going to kind of weigh in on my first thing. Ooh, he has a long tongue. He's going to go down on her thing. But, and that's the kind of wisdom that I would have brought to the Buffy podcast, too, which is why it didn't happen.
No, it was a matter of we don't have time for that.
There's plenty of time to do everything in the world. There's 24 hours in a day if you didn't need so much bloody sleep.
I'm sorry that I like my 8 hours.
Sleep 4.
And I work my 40 hours a week, and
None.
there's also cleaning to be done. Oh, and we have 2 children to look after and feed and make sure they're bathed and in bed, and we do stuff with them.
I don't even know their names. I do way more important shit than that.
Don't be mean to cute Yoshi.
Yeah, I know. That's always the thing. When in doubt, if you're not showing how evil you are well enough, just kick an animal or something like that.
Plumbers.
Good.
Plumbers.
He's got a weird mullet and no eyebrows.
No,
and then
he's got eyebrows.
driving.
They're just
they're
bleach blonde.
Well, that was them probably going, we want to shave your eyebrows. And he's like, not a chance. You can bleach them. But and they're driving a battle bot. Anybody who's not watching battle bots on Discovery right now is really missing the boat.
Yeah, I watched that for the first time.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty good.
Awesome. I feel like he forced the issue to get topless. He's like, I'm the only person who's got abs in this movie. I'm taking his shirt off.
Well, they used his rainbow belt to hold them.
Mm-hmm. Is that to denote the Rainbow Bridge in Mario Kart?
Sorry?
Is that to denote the Rainbow Bridge in Mario Kart?
Maybe, yeah.
Probably not, if it's got something to do with the video game. I mean, what color is the Rainbow Bridge? Pure brown. Oh my gosh.
They were evolved, so now they're super smart and they're going to explain everything to them.
Mm-hmm. I'm so fascinated by Richard Edson there. Like, he's got one of those like cool character faces. It's a shame that he wasn't in more stuff because he's just got a great look. Are they cracking? Is that what's happening? All right. So
his tags are still on his clothes. His clothes are stolen. They were stolen.
Who's?
Richard, dude.
Oh, Richard Edson there? Really?
Yeah. See?
Oh, hey, yeah. From whence did they steal said clothes?
See what I see?
Yeah, no, I saw
the tag.
Look at they've got twin towers, their own version.
Yeah.
I like the Koopa building. So if you saw, there was a globe earlier where there's basically this town and then the rest of the world is wasteland in this version of the world. So you didn't have to answer the question, what happened to, like, what's going on around the rest of the world? Is it all like this? They're just like, no, there is no rest of the world. It's this.
Oh, is she going to be nice to Yoshi and then Yoshi's going to help her?
Yeah. Oh, they're making out. This is like 50 Shades of Grey. He's tied up and licking her. 50 Shades of Green.
Oh, they have a Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
How did that happen if China doesn't exist outside the globe?
What?
Wasn't it China who gave the Statue of Liberty to the United
France.
States? Oh, France. Okay, well then, how did that
I know
happen
everything's made in China, but no.
with France not existing outside of the globe?
Well, maybe for a little while there was France. There was a dinosaur France. You would think it would look more like a dinosaur, but maybe it does if you get really close to it. Like somebody probably worked really hard on that model, and they're like, "Oh, I'm really proud of it. It really kind of gets the point across for this movie." And then they just
look at that plumber's.
Yeah, he's dressed like a like the Gimp guy from like People Under the Stairs.
Yeah.
Or like virtually any character that dude plays in all the Guillermo del Toro movies. What's his fucking name? I can't remember it right now. But he plays Abe Sapien, and he's the fish in, also a fish in, what was that one that just won the Oscar? I'm having a day. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. We were in the sun a lot today.
Yeah, it's very hot up here right now.
Oh, we're going through it right now.
Heat wave.
Mm-hmm. It's the second straight movie where I have said we're going through it. I don't. The sparks.
Slob bar, mob bar.
Yeah, well, you gotta have one of those. Magic closet.
Said.
I'm looking. I'm constantly looking at all the signs and everything off to the side. See, now still, one's wearing red, the other one's wearing yellow. The wrong one's wearing red, so you're not even in the right direction. You couldn't even give them the right color suits.
Nope.
It's very frustrating. But yeah, anyways, I keep looking at, because like when you look on the street, sometimes you'll see that there's signs that have like names of things that are from the video game and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw Thwomp and stuff.
Yeah, well, because you can count on like the designers, like the director isn't telling them what to put up. They're just like, yeah, put a bunch of signs and stuff like that up. And so you're now counting on like all these other people. There's Fry Guy up on the side there. That's all the designers and stuff like that, right? Like the set designers and all these, and the prop designers, things like that. This is their own version of the Thriller.
I was just going to say, is that what that is?
I'm guessing. I guess everybody's always got a dance of some sort.
Oh, she's calling them in. She's calling the plumbers.
She's got a teeny tiny... Ooh, the girl's got some ass in this movie. And then that like weird trans guy at the bar, the trans bartender.
There she is. She's got the stone.
And spiky boobs.
Why is it that movies from this time period always had like spikes on the bad guys in the other world? And stuff
well, because
like
then you know they're bad. Except this girl's not technically bad. She just doesn't want people like, this is like the ultimate Me Too dress. These are the places you may not touch me, or you will get spiked. So there's like some places that it's like you can touch me on the shoulder. That's not nice, but don't do it. But at least you're all right. You can try and rub my belly at your own risk, or just stick your hand in my cleavage. I was gonna say Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleavage. I just about said it there too. So.
See, yeah. Oh. You just pulled her into those spikes and pulled him into those spikes. Her name is in it. She's the Big Bertha, which is a bad guy character from Super Mario Brothers. I feel like they're genuinely falling in love. I wanted to get a story at the end where he leaves the Italian girl for her. Just like the movie Mona Lisa, where he was in an interracial relationship with a black hooker. Yeah. She's totally fine with that, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember our first dance, I was not allowed to motorboat you.
No.
I did it anyways, but I was not allowed to do it. It's fine. It's fine. When you're a celebrity and you've got a big podcast, you can do whatever you want.
You are not a celebrity, and you did not have a podcast at the time.
I'm known. I'm known to the world. People are like, that's that guy who's going to have that podcast that like somebody listens to.
Because she doesn't notice.
That everybody but the wife listens to.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't listen to this.
She's not a ringing endorsement. That's fine. Oh, see, look, it's genuine heartbreak. She's like, I was in love with that man wearing Steve Harvey's suit.
And nothing like, him wearing yellow where everybody else is not wearing yellow. And yet she can't find him in the sea of...
Yeah. Yeah, quick, make him stick out like the sorest of thumbs.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I have a feeling it was like the other guys, because they're so hyper intelligent. They're like, put them in something bright so they can't try and lose us and trick us. Todd made a joke the first time we watched this. He's like, does anybody have the Everybody Rock the Dinosaur song? And I was like, no, there's no way it's in this movie. And then sure enough, it was in this movie, and he rubbed it in quite a bit. See, everybody's showing me up in this movie. She's kind of wearing like a sexy Darth Vader costume. Oh yeah, drinking a weird eel drink. And the eels yell when you drink it.
What is that?
I couldn't tell if it was just a sexy outfit or if there was... Yeah, oh, she's the best.
Oh, look,
I love
the
that she's
thwomp
helpful.
boots in the background.
Was that?
There was a bunch of thwomp boots in the background.
Nice. Oh yeah, those are the
Right there.
jumping boots. They're called stompers. You don't know anything.
No, I saw something earlier about thwomp on them or something like that.
Oh, really? I don't know. You see, and some more of the sound effects and the decisions they make. See, I would have loved for them to have given an opportunity, to kind of explain things from the video game. Like, it's like, well, how are they breaking? Originally, people thought that he was just jumping and breaking bricks with his head, but then you actually see in the animation it's his hand. But then it's like, well, why would it be that? Like, it was like they could have explained that they're using something. They need to break bricks to get through, say, to escape from something or something, and that they used a wrench and jumped up and broke the bricks or something. I'm so frustrated. Guys, listen to this podcast and say, Joe, we want you to rewrite this movie. I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you it'll be a hit, but I guarantee you it will not be as big a loss.
I don't think that's what people are looking for, babe. I don't think that when they go to the movies, they're like, well, we don't expect this to make money, but it's not going to lose as much money as the first time we did it.
I guarantee you there are a bunch of tax shelter movies out there that they are expecting to lose money. They're like, I'm not gonna have to pay for Star Wars making $2 billion if I make this turd over here. That's what's going on.
What's with all this goopy stuff everywhere?
You know how it is. Well, when the whole world's a wasteland and all this stuff, you got to do what you got to do to stay entertained. So again, it's just the simple thing. So they're using fungus, great. They could have just gone as simple as possible and made the mushrooms be toadstools.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, this makes total sense to me. But no, it's all gooping fungus that the average person wouldn't even recognize as being fungus.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, it's slime. Why is there slime everywhere? Oh, yeah. See, this is, again, how good Dennis Hopper is as an actor. He's literally talking to, like, snot right now, and he's just nailing it. Oh, so good. So good. Oh,
Sludge.
I don't know.
What does it say on the side of the truck? Sludge gulper.
Ew.
Sludge gulper.
That sounds like that sounds like some kind of New Jersey insult. You friggin' sludge gulper. Hey, over here. Oh. And then other things. I don't know.
They never finished building that building.
No, why would you need to? Why is he always holding random weapons? Pterodactyl. So what's weird, so they do have mammals, but they don't eat them, but he doesn't want to eat the mammals. He just wants to eat dinosaurs, but he is a dinosaur. Like, I don't get it. I feel like that's at least the equivalent of us eating monkey.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm
not cool with it. I'm not cool with it. I am eating a monkey right now, but it's only because I just, like, all of my meatballs and stuff are in the freezer and I didn't have time. So, my beloved monkey, that is my therapy monkey, is being eaten, and it's fine. Savory, not sweet, and I know for this time of night it should be a sweeter dish, but it is what it is.
I want something sweet.
Yeah, baby.
We ate all the sour keys.
Well, those aren't sweet, so you're still in the market.
They're sweet.
There's some gummy bears over there, and there's also some sour keys over there.
Ooh.
Yeah. By the way, just a little tip for everybody out there. If your sour keys are too hard, throw them in a baggie and throw a piece of bread in there, just like the old brown sugar trick. It does work.
It does actually, yeah.
It worked like triumphantly, and I felt like a boss when I tried it. And
I thought he was weird. I'm not gonna lie. I when I saw that you put bread in there, I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Why did he do that?
I was looking to make some sour French toast the next day, and I was hoping for the best. Ingeniously.
Ingenious.
So we're gonna get closer to our outfits. We
it
finally
says
now
swamp on
have
the toes.
See, we now have our red and green, but still he has okay. So good, we've got Thwomp. But even now, still, he's like, I gotta wear my hat backwards because I'm a cool guy. Those bother me so much. I hate those. Like, I remember, too, they had a similar outfit, not with a dinosaur head, but in, what was it? Daft Punk's Around the World video, where the guys wore those things where the big shoulder thing was on and their head was in the middle and they were walking. But nothing looks accurate about the way their bodies move now, because it's like their shoulders don't move, but they start moving kind of in the middle of their bicep and stuff like that. I hate it all. Oh, yeah. God, I don't know. Like, I look at her and I feel like she could have, like, taken on so many bigger roles than she did in her life.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she's great, and I'm glad she played Aunt Petunia at the very least.
Yeah, she's a very good actress. I enjoyed her. She's...
Mm-hmm.
She almost reminds me a bit of the woman, and I can't remember her name. I'll be lucky if I remember what movie she was in.
Let's hear it.
But she played the mom in, I think it was the mom in 6 Feet Under.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Oh, she was in some other stuff. Oh, man. This is bothering me now. Hold on,
Oh,
I gotta
sorry.
get my phone.
We're going to get some research done in the meantime. I'll let you know the movie, it cost $42 million to make this movie.
Oh, my God. They spent way too much.
Exactly. It only made $20.9 million.
That sounds about right.
It opened number 4 behind Cliffhanger, Made in America, and Dave. Dave was the one where Kevin Kline replaces the president because he looks like him. Unforgiven. Just kind of a side note, Unforgiven was number 12 this week, like their opening week, but it had been on the charts for 43 straight weeks at that point. It dropped to number 6
She's
in
also
week 2.
in American Horror Story.
Frances Conroy. She does not look anything like her to me, but okay.
I don't know. She's something about her that reminds me of her.
Something about her. The fact that she's got a face. And that she's in things.
Yeah, that's
All right.
probably it.
How much more criteria do you need?
Right. That's what I mean.
I like that they went out of their way. They just put the harmonica back on this one so you knew that this was Toad. I can't tell what that is, if it's like tongues or... Oh, yeah. Accept it. He's so nice. Oh, you're hurting his feelings. Just accept it. Well, that doesn't have a face. She's so manipulative. So you look how happy he is. I love him so much.
You're totally right. It's the dog.
It's Happy Puppy.
Happy Puppy thing.
That's horrible. Oh, so yeah, this came out 2 weeks when Jurassic Park came out. So it was out 2 weeks before Jurassic Park, and they actually blamed Jurassic Park. They're like, "Oh, this movie would have been number 1 had it not been for Jurassic Park," despite the fact that it didn't even open in number 1.
Yeah, and yeah.
And Jurassic Park was a good movie.
Jurassic Park was awesome.
Yeah, Jurassic Park's still an all-time favorite. Still haven't seen Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom yet. We're gonna go check that out sometime soon. Let us know how it was. Tweet me a little review. I'll read it on the air at the mini episode. Oh, he's so going to murder her for no reason. Okay, so we get the long tongue. I forgot about this. I guess I tried my best to forget about the long tongue and the eating in this. Good. But again, she should have...
she stabbed Yoshi.
Yeah, he definitely dies from that wound. But again, like, that could have been a cool thing where she would have been big enough where she could have got on him and rode away, and that's how she escapes.
Yeah.
He got them all dancing. I don't really understand the point of giving them all slightly individual looks. It's not like you have to... The only one you need to tell apart from the rest is Toad. But like some of them, like one looks like a snake back there, and then some look like with that kind of vague lizard face that's not more
think
like
maybe
lizard from
it's
Spider-Man.
It's supposed to show you sort of.
Show what?
What was that?
What?
I don't understand.
Why is the alarm on the thing?
Oh, it sounded like our Google.
Carrie doesn't know how. Yeah, we've got a whole Google Home thing going on in here now. We've got Google Home stuff all over our house, so the CIA is listening to us, and they can listen to us have sex. Probably watch us too. I don't know if there's not cameras in there. Don't help them.
Oh, poor Toad. They set him on fire.
Yeah. See, but like that's what I'm saying.
Her steamed vegetables.
Yeah. Well, now they're charbroiled.
It looked like there for a minute he was going to grab her ass, and I don't know why.
Because that was Hollywood back then. Everybody was grabbing the ladies' asses, and she's got like an ass worth grabbing, I guess. And it doesn't hurt that it's probably like a prison thing where the whole movie is almost exclusively men. So when you're like around the only woman on set, you're probably everybody's in love with her. Aww. See, even the mean ones look kind of happy. I like this. Your father. Gross.
That's so weird.
I wish they just didn't explain to him. She just assumed that she was just like part whatever this is. But again, so there's nothing in the Mushroom Kingdom in this movie. He wasn't a mushroom or something like that. He was just another dinosaur who they turned into a mushroom. Because apparently fungus evolved into dinosaurs, evolved into humans. In their world of this. I don't really know what to say about it. My favorite thing, though, is they talked to Shigeru Miyamoto, from like the head of Nintendo, and they asked him why they thought this movie didn't do well. And he said he felt that it was too close to the video games. I was like, did you not see your video game? Like,
what does this have to do with the video game? I don't understand.
Virtually nothing. See, at least they're wearing the right costumes now.
Yeah, the colors are starting to make me happier.
I'm flying. I don't know.
It's like in Zelda when you find the updrafts.
Oh, well, no, they've got like the fungus kind of grabbed onto him. But yeah, same thing. Yeah, Carrie is a bit of a Legend of Zelda head. We've discussed it. Actually, you've heard her play it on this show more than once. Whoops. Like that effect looked like the most garbage. Oh, his belt's caught on something.
Yeah, his belt caught
Yeah.
on the hook.
Yeah, sorry. See, that's the only real thing that says that the Mario Brothers, other than just the signs of Mario Brothers in the name of the movie, where he says you'll be an only child, but they don't really talk about being brothers much in this movie.
Yeah.
You would think that it would be kind of all about them being brothers, and yeah, how does that actually kind of looks, now that you're talking about Zelda, it looks like those eyeballs that like when it's like this stuff.
I forget what that stuff's called, but
yeah, it's
yes.
got a name. I'll confirm that. But what's weird too is they have his throne. Like, was this his throne room at one time? This clear, like, medical facility or prison? He was like, this used
maybe
to be
he's
my
the
throne.
one who designed the de-evolve thing, and then they used it on him to take over.
Now we're getting into something sick. He was actually going to be the real tyrant, and then the hero Koopa de-evolved him before it was too late. I love all of this. That's a very super scope thing to do. Have the laser on the screen and press the buttons. That was actually fun super scope. It was kind of along the lines of the old Zapper in NES and stuff like that. You got some different games to play and stuff. It was fun. Nintendo, always nailing it, except for, I guess, probably GameCube, but that's all right.
I'm very limited in my gaming. I like to play Super Mario Brothers sometimes. I am slightly addicted to Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
Slightly.
Yes. At the very least, 33.3% more addicted to it than I am.
And when Mario Party comes out, I'll be excited for that.
Oh, yeah. Mario Party in October, baby. Todd and I haven't had a chance to talk about all the new Mario stuff that came out at E3. So we'll be
he's thinking something about it being a mushroom.
Yeah.
He's formulating an idea in his brain on how to save Daisy all over the fact that it's a mushroom.
I wanted him to become big, something. I would have thought they could have done a very Alice in Wonderland thing here where they entered this world and everything was way bigger than them, and then to kind of bring it down to even, they gave him a mushroom and he ate it, and then he just became their size, and then everything would be fine, so they didn't have to do any stupid special effects. I love it. Lena, oh no. Oh, he is betrayed by his love, if that's what you want to call him. Come on. I love this moment. That's not so dissimilar to How I Met Your Dad.
I don't recall my dad being covered in slime or...
No, not totally covered in slime, but he was in a fungus pod when I met him. It helps keep his skin nice. An odd me. What a suck up. That's what happens when you're trying to get laid. I like the idea. So that's how they've been guided by just the gross fungus all through the movie. Yeah. The 80s and stuff, in the 90s, everybody loved going to WrestleMania and stuff like that. Wrestling. I'm trying to see what else I'm missing from here that I said. This was another good one. The director, Rocky Morton, dumped hot coffee on one of the extras because he didn't like his outfit.
Well, that was a dick move.
Well, it's a super dick move because last I also checked is no extra chooses their outfit in a movie, especially a movie so stylized. It's not like it's taking place on the New York streets and he's like, I don't like what you're wearing.
Yeah.
There's another thing that says Thwomp on it. Asian closing.
They didn't have it in the budget for the S and the T.
No. Cannot afford it. Why was that such a tiny door? That reminds me, was that being John Malkovich? Is she about to enter John Malkovich's head?
Probably.
Why is it full of fungus?
In this movie.
Yeah. This is what happens when you wrong your man. So just be a warning to you. No, don't flick me. Don't. This is wronging your man. Don't. Ow. Ow. Oh, that one felt good. I don't want to explain why. It just felt good. Well, they got lots of smokes here. Did the Goombas bring them smokes?
Why is it all of a sudden so cold there?
I don't know.
They're all huddled around and shivering and...
Yeah, you'd think it would be extra hot there because because dinosaurs are supposedly cold-blooded, so... See? The reptiles. Nice. There should have been half a scene where he's just looking down their shirts. He's looking down the wrong because they all look the same. So he's looking at the wrong woman and he's just looking down her dress and she looks up and she's like, oh crap. My boyfriend, Mario. What's your freaking boyfriend doing here? See? I'm just saying. It's not a real life thing, but in movies, broads ruin everything. Little Women, if that was Little Men, there would have been no problems.
So, How did this get made? Do this movie?
Yeah, they did actually.
Okay, I was gonna say because they really should.
Yes, no, this movie was done. It was. It's kind of a bananas movie.
Now
I like that
I've
you hit it on
seen
top of the head.
Now that I've seen this, I kind of want to listen to that episode.
All right. So my wife, who has already admitted to not listening to this podcast, is now saying that she wished she was listening to a different podcast talk about this movie instead.
Yeah.
Wow. Stand by your man.
You know I love you.
Yeah, she does. I feel like this is revenge for me, like banishing her to the bedroom while while the men talk out here.
Oh, the dog is chewing on my toes.
Oh, that's awesome.
No.
Get her, get her.
No, it's tickling. Stop.
I want. Sometimes
Why are they dancing?
Because they like rhythm.
They're just dancing.
And Gloria Estefan warned us that the rhythm was going to get them. Nice. I like they did build one specific head. Like all of those guys had the same head, which was the mean head, which looked kind of like, it actually looked like a specific person. I'm trying to remember who it was. Like the dude from...
Why is the
what's it
mattress so
called?
slippery?
Well, you know what, like things that happen to mattresses in hotels and stuff like that. I guess that would make them stickier. I don't know. This is a different dimension. Let's just not read too much into it. Am I breaking you?
I think so.
Goombas! Freaking Goombas over here! Like, again, they didn't really even, like, lay into that. You've got these, like, super stereotypical Italians and nobody really gets into the Goombas. Like, even if he just said some line, like, say, like, Luigi was the only one to, like, encounter them. And he's like, well, I've got a bunch of Goombas behind me. He's like, yeah, you're telling me. Like, and just have, like, this kind of, like, I know what Goombas is. Oh, somebody threw a monkey wrench into it. You get it? I know that's not
Gotcha.
technically a monkey wrench, but I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Oh, they're now doing the gay double skeleton luge. That's, to me, those are the most secure. The most secure Olympians are the guys who do like the double luge, because like one man's penis is definitively inside the other one.
I like that they just kind of float down like in Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Nice. That's probably not the reference I would have went with, but sure.
So the only one I could think of where there was a bed floating around.
Nice. Oh, most movies I know have beds floating around. Or that
I
was
know
from a
I
dream.
sound super old. I'm not as old as I sound.
Oh, no, Carrie is the oldest person in the world, not by age, but by spirit. Like, Carrie still refers to that young that young girl who played Dorothy in that new movie, The Wizard of Oz. The Goombas are dancing again. See, he's got a bullet there, a bullet bill.
Those guys go super fast in Mario Kart.
They do, and they do here too. I like that this is like a public spectacle. Like, for how crazy this place is, I feel like this wouldn't even garner attention. Like, this is just kind of like, yeah, another day in this friggin' place. I think this was meant to be specifically out of Super Mario 3, because, you know, he's in that flying thing that's got, like, the clown face or whatever.
Oh,
but I feel
yep.
like they missed the opportunity to maybe have somebody have, like graffitied it or something to have, like, a clown face on it. Not be, like, a full-on to
Yep.
look exactly like it, but just enough for, you know, for me to be happy.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I'm not asking a ton. I just want to be happy, and some people are not making all their attempts to do that. And right now, it's Rocky Morton and what's the girl's name again that worked the other director, Annabelle Jankel. They're not working to make me specifically happy, and I deserve better. This doesn't happen at the end of Super Mario Brothers 3. Uh-oh.
I feel like for all the times I've actually played Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers, I don't think I've ever actually made it to the very end.
No?
No.
Well, Super Mario Brothers, like the original, there's really not much.
Oh, they gave her the...
Yeah, they gave her the Bride of Frankenstein streak, or the Rogue streak, if you want that.
No, I was thinking Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. But yeah, if you beat the original Super Mario Brothers, it's basically the exact same as all the other ones. It's like Bowser's a little bit more difficult to beat because like he's firing off more stuff and that, but you get by him. Then instead of your princess in a castle, the princess is there and says, "Thank you, Mario." End of game.
Huh.
Stop smoking, girl. Put it down and run. I know it's going to make it hard for you to breathe anyways because you're a chain smoker, but...
He called him a mammal. What a... Oh my god, there's an old person, dead person on the front of that taxi.
I see that all the time. Driving around in Toronto, there's always dead bodies on the front of taxis.
It's a terrible time to say that, considering how many cyclists have been killed this past week.
Oh, yeah, there were some accidents, weren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to those people. I do apologize. I was actually telling a story about a different cyclist who was killed by a train when I was on it today as well. So, I mean, it's all apologies, cyclists. So far, I haven't hit any, so we're doing great.
It's not too late. We've got to stop her.
Oh, I thought you were telling me it's not too late to kill a bunch of cyclists on my car, like with my car.
I'm
I was
back
like,
to the movie.
Oh, okay.
He's kissing a fake baby on that poster.
Yeah, that's the baby from American Sniper. And he really makes the rounds. See, he knows it's a bomb. Get moving then. Does everybody know what's going on? I don't like how small it was. I found it very bothersome. Like, bombs are big in the game.
Yeah, and they're not those little dollar store toys that just walk like that.
They sort of are, actually. Like, I think the design overall of the bomb is accurate. It's just the scale of it is what I have a problem with. Friggin' mammals. Technically, he didn't mess up. The infrastructure of this place messed up. That's just that's one man's opinion. So, I mean, whoever's running for city council should really, think about that. The weapon designs in this thing are so garbage. It looks like they probably went into like the prop department of whatever studio they're working out of, grabbed the weirdest looking guns, and then just glued a bunch of shit to it and spray painted it black. Tell them about because that's not going to that's not going to like seem too weird. Oh, she just got Ark of the Covenanted.
Oh, now she's a skeletal Medusa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's got a big Medusa thing going on. Oh, that looks like right out of, if you just saw that like that still and said, guess what movie this is? Like you would guess like The Last Crusade or some shit.
Yep.
Oh, you gotta get out of there. That's like, to me, that acting Luigi was just doing with that, like, it's forcing me away, is like the old Star Trek acting when they're like, we're being hit, and they rock back and forth and they go, whoa, whoa. Uh-oh. Guns jammed. Uh-oh.
Why are they all disappearing now?
Because the two worlds are, because the thing was in the it's the two
two dimensions.
Yeah, the two dimensions are joining together.
Oh.
I feel like it wouldn't be so slow. Ooh. Why? I wonder how that would feel. I feel like it would tingle.
I think it would tingle.
But also then when you feel like, because you assume that your feet would end up back in the other dimension before the rest of your body. So would you feel your feet like standing on solid ground again as you're transferring? I have a lot of questions. Can you start walking around? That's amazing. You just got to watch the Twin Towers get destroyed in New York.
Yeah.
That is all kinds of horrifying. Well, he says Devo gun, and it just makes me think Whip It. He just keeps turning everybody. So, but you can see like the switches and stuff to turn on the super scope and all that are on that gun. Like they didn't cover up the actual controls. They put a wedding ring on him still. So they're down with that kind of continuity. Quick, Capelli's married. You got to make sure that monkey's got it. Mm-hmm. Oh, poor monkey. See, look at all the little switches and buttons are all there. That's hilarious. Trust the fungus. See, the fungus grows. Why can't he grow?
Yes. Weird.
Or he should have had, if they wanted it to be more adult. See, he sort of grew for a moment. But it would have been cool if he had like some kind of like sexual performance problem with his girlfriend there. And then he's like, oh, these mushrooms really help you grow. Just something. Give me...
No.
Well, with everything that's happened in this movie, that's no?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Those bombs take forever to explode.
Yes, it does.
See? I'm assuming that Mario has performance issues, but that thing can just keep going and going. Hey, he's so happy. He's way into her too, though. Like he thinks they've got something going on, but she knows they're just friends. And
well, that's because she's got Luigi.
Ugh.
You should know this by now.
He still knows how to play that awesome mouth organ. I like to not call things by what they are. She's always where you need her to be. That's like everybody should be.
Oh, dominoes.
Well, yeah, they're not great, but why everybody isn't like just making like going right to Big Bertha there as like the woman of choice instead of Daisy. Daisy's been nothing but trouble, and Bertha's been nothing but a help. And she looks like should really like take charge in the bedroom. Oh no, that poor fake baby.
Fake baby.
Oh, definitely.
He was kissing a fake baby.
Well, of course, because he wouldn't want to kiss a real baby, right? So
Elect Koopa for jobs.
Well, yeah. Oh, see, we're finally going to get sort of a Koopa, but you don't even get, like, again, he looks like... I'm trying to think specifically what, but he looks like...
Reebok.
That angered me the first time I saw it. Like, I get the idea of needing product placement, and I get sometimes it's a little more in your face than you want it to be, but that was just too pointlessly in your face. Make me mad. I don't understand that. They should have made him like look again. You could have made him look more like Bowser if you're just gonna throw a mask on him anyways, right? He just looks like a random alien.
Yeah.
He looks like something that would be in Men in Black that for like a second.
Yeah, one of the background guys when they're in the headquarters thing there.
Yeah.
Coming through the gates.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know so badly how they felt about holding those super scopes. And, like, if they were aware that it was a piece of, like, Nintendo merchandise, or if they... Uh-oh. What's he turning into? He's turning into the Abyss.
I was going to say Terminator.
Oh, T2? He's got a little T2 going on?
Oh, no, he's slime.
He landed on Bill Murray. There's Ghostbusters reference. I nailed it. Oh, there's, like, a steampunk dude with a sexy mustache out there. Had, like, the weird goggles on. See, I feel like that would have been a great...
Did he just tap his heels?
Yeah, there's no place like home.
Oh my god.
It's from that new movie Wizard of Oz that you know about. See, I would have liked to have had like a flashback of them as like little kids or something. Like maybe he was trying to hit on a girl, or he wanted to learn how to dance, or he was playing younger and he's like, I've never danced with a girl, and then so Mario goes like, get on my feet and I'll show you how to dance and stuff like that. And so I think that moment would have played better. I'm so upset. I'm quitting my job today so I can work on the script for the remake of this movie.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're working on the script for this movie in the...
Work harder.
Oh, is he...
He's turning back, but who is the king? Who is the king? Lance Henriksen's the king. So, obviously, we know...
He's from Game of Thrones.
Nope.
No?
Not even a little bit. He's from everything but Game of Thrones.
I thought he was in Game of Thrones.
No. He was in Pumpkinhead. He was in Aliens. He was in... You don't know him from Aliens? Bishop? Terrible. You are a disgrace.
I may have seen that movie once.
All right. Well, he was also in Alien 3, so if you saw that movie. And then he's
Which
been
is
in tons
why-
of movies. He's in all kinds of movies. And he's awesome in all of them. I'm so disappointed. But that was the happy story I said. The only people who had a happy moment in this. He met his wife on this movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like she was like, I think she worked makeup or something like that, or she was a PA or something like. I can't remember. I've got it written down. So here, let's find it. But yeah, so they're the only one who's got something happy. But I kind of like every time if you and I met on this movie, every time I looked at you, I'd think of this movie, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if I get into an Oscar-winning movie, maybe whoever's doing the makeup on that one.
You would never leave me.
I wouldn't, but like, you know, it's only because I look the way I do.
It's got nothing to do with me.
Nice. He's leaving. I wonder if now
He
everybody.
has to leave Daisy behind.
Well, you got to do it. You know, it's when you hit it, you got to quit it. Right? I assume they had sex when Mario was dealing with all the other stuff.
Oh, there's Yoshi.
Yeah, they didn't even really.
She's all mine now.
Yeah, they didn't even really interact much, so I don't even really understand why like Yoshi even has anything in his heart for him. It's open, Luigi. Come on. Life's tough. That's like, this seems like it's way like out of a completely different like fantasy movie, like it's out of like a Zardoz or something like that. Our miraculous world. I wonder if like I see that and I can't tell if that's like a real thing or not. Nothing would make me happier than living an Italian life of just eating everything with red sauce all the time. Like this, like I've always got some in the fridge, but I have to like feed my family different things on occasion just to like, so they don't come and hate me. Oh man. Ooh, they're super. I get it completely. Hey, that high five is nothing.
Glug,
Yeah,
glug.
that's the dumbest thing in the world.
Uh-oh.
Look at what has gone on. Like, how much has gone on? Like, is this like a space and time travel kind of thing? Like, has she been going, like, or did just everything go to hell in the 40 minutes that they've been gone? I know more time has probably passed since that. Oh my god, Roxette did the title song here. All right, so I don't know. I want to take another movie now and I want to take another video game and then wreck it. Like, how would we take like Legend of Zelda and make a movie out of it that would have nothing to do with Legend of Zelda? What do we got to take out? The Master Sword.
Yeah, you'd have to take it the Master Sword.
You'd take out the swords. See, Frank Welker, we were talking about him yesterday. He played creature voices. He was the voice of Megatron. And
yeah.
I think, we were watching that the Toys That Made Us documentary. And Frank
great documentary, actually.
Yeah, it's the documentary series. But, yeah, I don't know. You'd have to take out so much from Lord of the Rings. Like, Lord of the Rings, if you took out so much, it would still look like a Game of Thrones or something, and people would still be into it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Legend of Zelda took the Triforce out, which like nothing was more important than the Triforce back in the day. Gotta get the Triforce. Mm-hmm. Now it's just gone since like forever. That was my thing. I thought maybe like I was playing Ocarina of Time back in the day, and I'm like, oh well, okay, I'd probably find the Triforce later, right? And I never found the Triforce. We're losing. It's officially Carrie's bedtime. It's 10 o'clock, and she's officially fading away.
I am.
Okay,
I go to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
But I get up with kids in the morning.
I also get up with children sometimes, a lot of the time.
Well, you switch back and forth and all that kind
Well,
of stuff.
because I go to
with work
nights and stuff.
And that's fine. But I am on a steady schedule of I get up with children in the morning.
Oh, look at this guy's name's Chunky Hoos.
Chunky Hoos. Oh, Porky Grip.
Poor guy. I want to know if that's his real name
Dudley.
or... Well, that's fine. That's a name. Chunky, not so much. I always look for weird names in here. Les Pendleton. No, there's nothing there. There's no joke there. I did know a little person. I went to high school with a little person named Les, which I thought was a really mean thing because the parents knew that was a little person when they had him. And I feel like the dad was kind of like, let's name him Les. That'd be hilarious to just us. But then
Hugo
everybody
Wang.
I like that. That's as close as you can get to huge. So I'm on board with that. Well, we'll start to do the lead down so we don't keep poor Carrie too late here. Make sure you find us online. Find us at... Oh, Corey played the chimpanzee. Sorry. Make sure you find us at miscastcommentary.com. You can get all the news about this and Miscast TV on that website. So find us on Miscast TV on YouTube. You can find this, obviously, everywhere. Wherever you're listening to this from now, you found it there, so that's great. But obviously, we're on SoundCloud, iTunes. We are on iHeartRadio now, if you want to find us there and stream from there. Lots of good places. You can find us on Twitter at Miscast Podcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at Miscast Todd. Carrie, not on Twitter, so you can't follow her, or I would have encouraged it. Miscast comment. We are at Miscast Commentary on Instagram, which will actually have updated by the time this one comes out because we've got some. Carrie took some photos today that we're going to post, so you'll see how awesome I look in a tank top and where my farmer's tan's kicking right now. Nice.
The life of being a Canadian.
Oh my God, this is how I'm dressed in the winter too, by the way, because Canadians can stand it.
I wear flip-flops unless it's below 0 or there's snow on the ground.
Yeah, if snow goes up past your toes.
Yeah, past my toes generally.
Mm-hmm. So, with all that, I think we're going to cut out of these credits just a little bit early. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We've been very honored lately to Frankie Yankovic. It was the Somewhere in My Love song that was played on the harmonica.
I just saw something about Wahlberg.
Oh, it was probably Marky Mark. And the Funky Bunch. Everybody walked the dinosaur. But anyways, yeah, we've been ranking fairly highly in the film and television podcast section on iTunes, and we just wanted to thank everybody again for that, and keep telling people about us. We want to continue to rank up there and to really shake the have all those other like good podcasts shaking in their boots. In the meantime,
oh my God, there's after credits.
Yeah, there is an after the credit. I forgot about this, even though we did it before. But yeah, I like the idea. So it's the cousins, and Iggy was Iggy and Spike were names of two of the Koopa kids.
Oh.
In part 3 there. So yeah, there they were, and it's basically the Nintendo guys pitching that a video game would be named after them. So I'm glad we didn't miss out on that. Am I glad about that?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, for now, we will see you next week. I'll be back with a coming attractions episode, and we'll announce what the next movie is, because actually it will be a surprise for you next week, unlike this one. So, I'm Joe Findlay.
And I'm Carrie Finley.
Saying, nighty-night, sweet prince.
Thank you for listening. And I hope you didn't fuck up the recording on this one.
I didn't fuck up the recording. There was a problem, like the file erased itself. I didn't fuck anything up. Well, I probably fucked up the reason why. We're taking this off air. Now we're fighting.
Love you.
Love you too.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.